Hey guys, and welcome to this week's video. As you know, I have quite a few licenses to get over the next few months in order to get this show on the road. These include motorbike, jet ski, boating, heavy vehicle, paramotor, and paragliding. Last week I got to check off 2 of these 6 licenses by completing a recreational marine driver and jet ski course. The amazing Paul and Claire from Boat Jetski License were kind enough to let us film on the day of the course, while Greg's friends generously offered their boat as a filming platform during the on-water portions. Greg got some great footage, I learned a lot, and after a successful day of boat safety, maneuvering, mooring, and assessments, we got to hop back in our friend's boat and go down the lake for a lunch with a view. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you like what you see and want to see more. Summerset Dam is the northernmost of 2 dams providing Brisbane's water supply. Sitting an hour and a half northwest of Brisbane, we had an early start on the day of the course to get there by 8 a.m. Leading up to the course, I had spent a full 3 days studying and going through course material. Although much of the material was common sense, the amount of information I had to know was surprisingly extensive. From boat parts and checks to safety procedures and maneuvering tactics, even navigation rules and signage. My brain was practically mush by the time we got there that day. So today is Thursday. On Sunday I have a boating course. So I'm going to be getting my boating license and my personal watercraft license so I can ride around on jet skis and stuff. I get to study like crazy and read through 95 pages of a workbook. In the workbook there's like 10 or 12 of these activity sheets. And then when I get to the course I'll still have to do a multiple choice test and then go do an actual test out on the water and be instructed on like the actual boat and the actual jet ski. So I've been sitting here writing notes upon notes upon notes upon notes, and I'm only on page 16 out of 95. So just a few more hours. Day 2 of studying. On to safety equipment. Page 37 out of 95. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, guys. I only have 1 more day, and then the test. The course is 3 hours long, starting with the safety briefing and explanation of the boat. Here, Carl took us through all the parts and protocols of the boat we'd be using for the day.
I'm just going to give you a little rundown of what we're going to do for the morning, okay? So basically, I'm going to give you a safety briefing on this vessel in a minute. I'm going to run you around the boat first, I'll give you a safety briefing. Now, a safety briefing is what you give people if you're the licence holder of the boat and you're going to be the master of the boat.
He explained his background of over 30 years of experience teaching and training on the water, and his goals for the course. He made sure to ask tons of questions and was very supportive and encouraging.
Oh, give her a high five, I can't read.
Paul clearly knows his stuff and enjoys teaching people to enjoy their time on the water in a safe way. Once we had fully gone over the boat and jet ski on land, we finally got to get into the water and learn some maneuvering and steering tricks. He gave each of us a chance to test out the gears, get used to the feel of the controls, and in no time had us zooming around the lake practicing getting the boat up onto the plane. Along with steering and controlling the throttle, we were taught to always be aware of everyone and everything out on the water or close by on the shore. He went over hazards and weather assessments, speed limits, and who gets right of way, and basically gave us a practical and hands-on chance to review the material we had all studied prior to the course. One of the most impressive parts of being in the boat was when Carl demonstrated his parking techniques. Whereas I'd only ever really seen people do full large turns to bring a boat into the dock, Carl managed to quickly pull out a 3-point turn and brought the boat right up next to the dock and floating moorings with ease. He even made a point of parking right up next to our friend's boat just to show how much control his technique could offer. When he went to show us on the stationary dock though, we were greeted by a very interesting and unwavering swan. It was a beautiful bird, but very persistent, so we headed back out to open water to demonstrate anchoring and pulling up the anchor. Greg didn't manage to get this on camera, but as Carl was pulling up the anchor and showing us how to clean it off by dipping it repeatedly into the water, I somehow ended up right in the splash zone. He repeatedly dropped the anchor into the water just off the bow of the boat to remove the mud that it had picked up from the bottom. Each splash seemed to always manage to find its way to me somehow. Luckily, I got hit with the water and not the mud being removed. With that, we were done with the boat portion of the morning, and while the other two guys went to start on their paperwork and write their tests, Carl took me out on the jet ski first. I explained to him that I had spent many summers as a kid zooming around on jet skis with my cousins back in Canada, but I'd never really learned the technical or overly safe way of doing so. After quickly reviewing the controls, we were off to test out some turns and see what I could do. Carl told us that his goal with the jet ski was to teach us how to drive it like we stole it, but in a safe way. He had spent years on lakes and in the ocean with jet skis and knew that the best way to drive them was fast and controlled, while keeping good visualization of any hazards around you, and understanding how to do all of this in a very safe way. Carl made sure that we stayed close to the boat so Greg could get some great footage of us as I practiced turns, and Carl directed me in circles and maneuvers at top speeds. It was absolutely awesome. Once we were both sufficiently soaked, I headed back to shore to write my test and complete all the paperwork. From the beginning, both Claire and Carl had told us not to worry too much about the tests. Their goal was to teach us and to allow us to learn as much as possible from the day, not to trick us or fail us. The tests ended up being relatively straightforward, and Claire was there to help with any questions that may have come up. The whole day was super positive and encouraging, and everyone left with their newly earned licenses and huge smiles. We are in no way sponsored by the Boat and Jetski license team, but I would definitely recommend this course to anyone in the Brisbane area. With the serious stuff out of the way, and my stomach seriously growling, we hopped in the boat with our friends and got to take in the view on our way to find a nice lunch spot on the water's edge. The spot we chose may or may not have been a private campsite, but the view is beautiful, and even halfway around the lake there were still lots of boats and jet skis out enjoying the beautiful day. We enjoyed our nice lunch spot, but before long the ants were looking to share our food, so we made our way back to the boat and then returned to the busy boat ramp and called it a day. We were lucky to get a gorgeous sunny Sunday for the course. Although the area started out the day relatively quiet, by mid-afternoon it was packed with people. Other boats, jet skis, wakeboarders, families splash around in the shallows. Summerset Dam is definitely a popular spot to bring the family and enjoy the water. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if any of you are looking to do a boating or a jet ski license anytime soon, it is a lot of fun and I definitely recommend it. I can't wait to go rent jet skis up in Caloundra and head down the Bribie Passage. See you next week, and don't forget to like and subscribe. You can find regular updates of what we're doing on Facebook and Instagram as well. Alright, see you later!